Alright, what up? Welcome everybody again to your boys show, if you will. As proposed yesterday, Ethereum did make one more low like we proposed yesterday. I know live streamers didn't get the rest of the analysis, but over the course of the day, we called for a long buy over here at 133 in our chat room. What the hell is this? 133. That's when we called for our long in our group. Now, initially, I was looking for a simple 3, and you see we already got that. We already got that. We hit this range. Let me get rid of all this stuff up here first of all. Let's get rid of all this junk and shit. Get all this shit out. Get all this out. Oh, I love this song. Check it. Check it. Alright. Alright. So, I know yesterday, over the course of yesterday as well, I said we should have exited our long scalps, and we would have exited somewhere right here. And we retraced, got this kind of dip, and we came up again. And now, if this was to be a completed move, this right here, this 3-wave right here, move right here, if this was to be a completed move of this move here, we should have broke down indefinitely across this entire pivot right there. This pivot right there should have been cleared, 100% cleared, in less complexity and less time than the move up. Now, as of right now, you just did not get that. You did not get that confirmation that this is an end trend. This trend is done. You didn't get that yet. Did not get that yet. this low must be cleared. Just like I know you guys. I don't know if you guys were on that live stream. I don't know if it was part of the live stream or not, but I swear it wasn't. But I was looking for when this flag happened. I was looking for this low to be cleared and closed underneath to see if this was a leading diagonal or if this was indeed just going to break back up. And I did call for, because we did exit this position. I know that for a fact. And then I went ahead and entered again here. And although we didn't get our top range target, my stop was moved out, and I did exit with a small win on that one. But now the question is, are we done correctly or not? Are we done? We're still, what's major about this is we're still underneath this trend line. It's pretty significant that we're underneath this trend line here, in my opinion. You must be very wary of that. But to me, this looks incomplete. This looks incomplete. To me, this looks very incomplete, and it looks like we're going to put in an ABC or WXY here. In my opinion, it looks like more like a WXY as of right now. W, a quick X, and a Y. If we manage to clear this retrace of the 0.618 of this prior high right here to this low, then I'm very confident in that we're going to start moving up from here on out. Not here on out, but from like for the next day or two, whatever you want to call it. Just mark out this territory that I had just mentioned. It's not to be perfect, I guess. Although I do need to change the color on that. So, the rules of a breakdown as per Elliott wave, I'm going to go through the first 3. I'm not going to tell you all 7. I'm going to go tell you the first 3. 1, like I said, the final move must erase the new move. So your new trend, because you just signified an end to a trend, right? You're just signifying an end to a trend, right? So your new trend, in order to be considered a new trend, it must break and clear the entire range of the previous leg high, which is the last leg of the move up or move down, depending on what you're talking about. 2, the retrace of that move, so the retrace of the new trend of the break must not exceed your golden box. So what's this? If you cannot understand this visual by looking at this, what that means is this. Let me show you real quick. Okay, say we got our ABC, right? Right, we got ABC. In this ABC, you have a 5-wave impulse, right? And this ABC is correcting this move right here, right? And you're wondering, when can I short? When's a good time to short? You hit a good fib extension right here, so you go short, and now you're just wondering, when is it officially a hold position, or when is it okay, I need to get back out and reevaluate my position. How to signify that is the trend check, the end to a trend check. There's a few rules. Like there's 7 actually. Like I said, there's 7. And I'll go over 3 of them right here. The first one. Let's go. The first one, like I said, at the termination point of the new trend of the old trend, the new trend must erase the pre-existing trend in less time and less complexity than it took the last move of the final move of the trend to create. So a good way to gauge that is you draw a vertical line and you just do time test. If your pivot low is further away than this pivot low, then it might not be an end to a trend. But if it's closer, like depicted here, then the end to a trend, you're probably right. Now you see here, I did this on purpose. Notice how it erased it 100%, but it didn't clear the low. This is where a lot of people get confused too. But the point is, you still cleared 100% of this move. 100%. So now you got 2 of the checks. What's the final check of this? Not the final check, but this. What's the third check of this? Like I said, of that move now that you just broke down with, your very next contradicting move, so your move against this move, against this grain, must not exceed the golden box retrace. If it exceeds this golden box retrace, and especially if it closes above it, you know for a fact that your trend is definitely not over, and you got a few different ideas you could propose for this move right here. But the point is that this trend was not ended. It did not finish. It did not finish right here. This was not the end. This is not the start of a new trend. It was not. It was not a start of a new trend. That was the key here, because that final check right here did not the final check. Like I said, this was check 3. There's still 4 other checks to signify for a definite fact that this is an end to a trend. And I will get people in my group. I will discuss those and we will go over them. They're not really written rules, like in a sense, like they're not written down. Like, you know how when you read Precher's book, waves, you got your holy grail 1, 2, 3 in your Elliott wave analysis, right? Wave 1 for an impulse, whatever it goes out, you know the rules. I'm not gonna explain them, but this is not as written like that. It's just kind of like more you're reading through this. And where I'm getting this is completely from readings after Precher's. And so that key right there, that you didn't get that, you didn't get that under retracement of this 0.618 extension, is a key tell sign that, hey, that short you just entered on, get out. And yeah, it sucks that you missed out on this gain right here, whatever that may be. A smart trader though will always take profit and always consider an exiting position at a point of resistance or support. Always. And if you don't do that, you're failing to take appropriate money management skills. You're just leaving money out there to just be taken away from you. Yeah, sure, you could break that, you could do this, but then you just have a stop sale here, or whatever you want to call it, and then you re-enter on what you just exited out in, and then you're golden, whatever. You know? Now you have officially entered this trend. You know for a fact that this was the end to a trend, and you could expect either a 5-wave impulsive breakdown, or this A, B, C like this, and then we will go up from that point. You feel me? It's not rocket science, but it's just little subtle clues. And I drew these channels for another reason. And if you take any clues or hints, or if you're any type of smart, you will understand why I drew those. Remember, so what you're looking for is that wave 5. You want that entire wave, last 5th leg of that C leg, or whatever that may be, to be erased. That's all you're looking for, is that 5th leg to be erased completely, in less complexity, in less time, on that down move or up move, depending on what it is. And on the retracement, you cannot get over that. And you look for these channels you broke in, and the rest is history. So let me show you what could happen real quick, because I know I told you, okay, we moved a ball. What if this failed? What if this entry failed, right? I just want to cover this real quick so we can get on the same page. Say this entry failed, right? We closed above this. What's your ideas here? As an alleyway tactician, I know for a fact my idea is, okay, either I have a 1, 2, 3, flagging 4, flat right here, breaking for a 5, or this is still part of a trend right here. This is all like an A and a quick, or B and a C, or a W, X, Y, and this is some complex move. It all depends on how this pivots and stuff like that, but that's all I'm trying to say is once you get this, you can start formulating other ideas like flats, a complex corrective moves like that, extensions and stuff like that. But the key is, you knew that the trend wasn't finished. So let's go over here. Let's go. So right here, this, like I said, this move right here this is definitely your impulse. This is your correction, but does your correction end here or here? So you know that was the end of this trend, so what about this? Yeah, so I like this for a fact. 100% of this move would be right here. And we didn't get that yet. But we also haven't, this retracement just got rejected underneath this golden Reebok, this golden box. So there's no confidence in any direction yet, to be honest. But I'll tell you what we're going to be watching for. If you bought this low, you're fine. You're fine to set your stop, but just understand that this could roll over from this point. Okay, go to the hourly. Let's go here. Do I have all this there? Okay. Whoa. Back up. Back up. Back up. Let's see here. I don't know how that's not divergence. That should have been divergence, honestly. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. It'll be divergence on a smaller time frame, though. Yeah, barely. You got some pretty nasty divergences, though. So, another thing I want you guys to write down and drill in your fucking heads is this. Especially if you're trying to follow my system being the Valley Range theory, is when you get a divergence, expect your X range pivot to be attacked, okay? Immediately. That's just how psychology works. When people see divergence, they immediately want to short or long it. Now the key is determining whether divergence is true or false beyond that point, and that's where my system comes into play, and that's where you have to do your homework and really study my system, or ask me questions like Midnight Brad asked me hundreds of questions, which I really respect, and I really ask questions. Trust me, if you're trying to learn something, ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. If you're trying to learn something, ask questions. I didn't get here without asking questions. I asked many questions to get where I'm at right now. You just gotta know what questions to ask and not be dumb with your questions. And you gotta make sure that when you ask those questions, to write those answers down and really take them seriously. Because I don't like repeating myself. So, you see here, we had this divergence, right? immediately attacked this range low and we broke it, right? We broke it. Now the key to see if this move was 100% true is this move, which is considered Z, 0, 1, 2, X somewhere in there, Y, Z, is if Z could clear back over this X point, and then I'm really confident that this is going to go boop, doop, 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 like that. And we can enter a long position once we get that confirmation and shoot for that. And that's a 6% gain for the day if we get it, or on the low side, 3% gain. You wouldn't have your stop that low. Our stop is going to be adjusted for entry. I can't tell you where stop would be here because it will always be adjusted for entry. I cannot just tell you right now that I don't know what it is, but I can tell you a rough guess of what we will use. So we have 1.6661 times 1.55 equals 2.582, and let's say, so your rough range for your entry would be $2.60 away from your entry point. That's how far, roughly, if you're using this 15-minute time frame to scalp today, to get entry on a possible scalp position, you'll use this as your stop placement. So say if you enter right here at 139.58. So 139.58 minus that number is what? What's it, 139? About 58 minus 260. So that equal, that might be a little too low for this bottom side of range. It'll equal 130, basically 137. 137 will be your stop. It's 136.99. That will give you a risk reward ratio that's unfavorable, so that position wouldn't be favorable, so you would be really banking on hoping that this top side range will be hit. And I don't know about that. I just don't know. Just don't know. You may consider using just the time frame you're in as the entry and stop placement. But typically for your stop, I like to go one time frame higher. One time frame higher. Typically for my stop placement. Typically. Just because you're less likely to get wicked out if the trading range is slightly choppy. Let's see where this trading range will get us real quick. See if it's in that interesting. Okay. So the new number with this 233 should equal 137 and 25 cents, which is a good. That's a better stop placement. I like that one. But I still don't think this will give you a good risk reward ratio aiming for this bottom side target. Barely gets you in there at 2.0, and that's with an entry at, like I said, 139 and 58 cents. Barely gets you in that risk reward ratio range that you want. We usually want to shoot for at least a 2.55, ideally 3, minimum's 2. Like if you're a scalper, you can go for 2 all day. If you're like a swing trader and stuff, aim for that 3 all day. Aim for that 3. Swing traders, minimum is 3. Day traders, aim for that 2.5. Scalpers, you can go with 2. This Let's just draw this real quick. Yeah, unfortunately, you don't really get a good angle trend line to go off of here. Maybe this one you could possibly play off of, but it's not the best, to be honest. So I wouldn't really trust it 100. But if I were to get consolidation, like I said, if I get any consolidation in the zone, I'll enter with this. Me being really mindful of my position and just knowing what to watch for. If we get a consolidation in there, I'll long it. And I'll place my stop like really like super tight in this range. I probably wouldn't even use the ATR rule. I'll probably just use a visual, place my stop really tight in that range, really tight. You get that really good risk-reward ratio. Really tight. And that will be very applicable right there, in my opinion. Getting this type of setup. It'll be manageable. It'll be very practical. But it's only if we get consolidation in that little zone right here today. If we don't, then I am going to be in favor of this rolling over. Because this could be, you could say this potentially made a 5-wave impulse there and the 5th wave was hidden in there. You could say that. Right? You could say that. You could also say this is a flat here maybe. We'll see, depending on this breakdown. If we get this, if we break down and these lows are cleared, I'm confident that this wave, this whatever the hell this was, A or 1, was completed. A or 1, whatever you want to call it, is completed. 1, 2, or typically you would want a better retrace like up here to really get that nice good 1, 2 look, but you don't always get that. Sometimes your 2s are flat as shit, sideways as hell. So we'll see. But the last check though, to see if we could end here, is time frame. Let's just check a time frame real quick. It just doesn't look like it's completed enough. And it has. Look at that. Perfect. Right into our range. That's literally exactly what we needed. We have officially moved enough in sideways action to determine that we can go down. Like I said, it went within 1/3 range of that 1-to-1 of the sister legs. And like I said, a 2 could extend way longer than this. It could extend to this 2-to-2, 2.64. It could extend all the way over here. And it'll still be very viable for a 1-2. But typically you look for your 1-2s, your 2s and stuff to be right in this range of the previous move. It's correcting. So this is 1, this is potentially 2, so we're looking to in this range, not that one, my fault, too far, right here, that range right there, and we have 100% hit that range. Now the question is, are we going to form a complex correction and move to this back end range, this back end 2/3 range? It's the same thing, literally the same thing. I'm using all of them, that's what sucks. Can't really depict it. This looks like it looks like I said, it looks incomplete. This looks incomplete. This reaction from this, you usually don't get that type of reaction that drastically. To me, this looks like it should go up, especially with all the bullish news coming out in crypto today, like XRP getting listed to Coinbase. I definitely feel like we're gonna be up for up rather than down, for sure. Sorry, I was grabbing something. Okay, let's go to a high time frame real quick. See what we got going on in the high time frame. Will this be a fake out? We didn't really get we didn't get any hidden bullish divergence anywhere. So that's good if you're shorting or wanting to short. That's good. One could potentially say this is some sort of hidden bullish right here, from this high to that low. It's a positive, but it's not really hidden bullish. That is indeed a positive, but it's not hidden bullish. The buyback's pretty decent. We'll see how this, but I expect it to roll over and all that buying power to turn it into sell pressure. or this very next candle will just have way greater volume like this. What's crucial right here is this. Look, 0. I'm considering this a divergence. 0, 1, 2. As soon as you got this divergence, you expect your X range low to get attacked, which is right here, and you fucking broke it. Smashed it. With Y, and here comes Z. Z ain't doing shit so far. Z ain't doing jack shit. Z ain't even close to getting back over this point in both price and RSI. Now if price moves over this and RSI stays low, that's a negative, and you short the shit out of that. So if this goes up right there, but price moves, I know there's a lot of shit going on now. I'm sorry, I'm gonna erase all this shit. We don't need all this, all these drawings. Okay. So, assuming we got that, we broke down. You expect this X range low to get attacked and see you get divergence. Same thing here. Look, we got divergence. You expect that X range low to get attacked. I know you don't see it in here, but you know by studying my system that your X pivot is in this leg somewhere. And all you have to do is to find it, is go to one time frame lower to find it. It's right there. And it didn't get attacked, it didn't get broken, but it got swung back over and closed above right there. See that? It broke it, but then it broke it with Y, but Z came right back over, closed over it, tested it with OX, and then this divergence that was there was false, and you broke over it. Then you had another divergence set up, so you'd short it, and you'd expect this range low to be attacked, and if it doesn't on these two candle closes, you'll see it. It's the same thing here. It'll be the same shit here. Same shit. It would have went low like this, created that hidden divergence like that, but on price action, it would have fluttered like this, created that hidden bullish divergence there, and then you would have moved up. But we didn't get that. So how you use my system is when you get a divergence, you bet on divergence being true and stuff, but then you watch the system develop. My system cannot be used without you monitoring your position, because if you don't monitor your position, then you're going to get, like, we already figured this out, divergence is false half the time. The other half the time is true. It's a 50-50 odds on just going off divergence. And that's just going off analytical data. Data I extrapolated from divergence points and price action points. And like I said, there's six patterns to watch. There's 6 patterns to watch, 3 true, 3 false. But you bank on your pattern being true, and you use my system to signify if you get out or you stay in your position. That's how you use my system, the value range system. That's how you use it, and that's how it should be used. As we continue this process of developing the system, it's going to continue to get better, in my opinion. Because before we saw divergence and we wouldn't play it, we wouldn't play it before we saw the divergence. We wouldn't play it, and then we would play the X point depending on if it held or not. But I say we could play the divergence, and then we could watch the X point to see if it holds or not. And if the X point holds or not, then you flip your position or stay in your position, right? So yeah, there's already some nasty divergences. Nasty, it's nasty on this hourly and 2 hour. Nasty. Hitting that 40 resistance range, I expect our side to find no greater upside than this point, these points right here for sure. If we move out this, we'll definitely create that nasty hidden divergence. So we'll probably get up right there, to be honest with you. We'll probably do this. RSI would shoot up, create that hidden bearish here, double top, fluttering here, and then we'll curl back over. But I don't expect it to get out of this range right here. Oh, that's not 40. That's, oh yeah, it's 40. It's 40. Okay, yeah. So you notice that before we're ranging between 40, 80, which is bullish. Hit 80, hit 40, hit 80, hit 40. Couldn't hit 80. It's a little bit lower at 73, so you definitely know we're getting weaker. Is it a trend shift back to the bear range or not? That's what we're gonna find out pretty soon. In my opinion, it is, and we're gonna get that trend shift. Moving on, let's go to Bitcoin. See what happened to Bitcoin. See if Bitcoin can lead us to any sort of ideas. Same thing with Bitcoin. I expect it to go up. You got positive divergence on yeah, so I'm definitely leaning more up just because the overall market today is bullish, because XRP getting that listing on Coinbase, that's bullish. There's a whole bunch of bullish news, so I expect this to move up. Bitcoin created a disgusting corrective pattern. You could say one or two counts. You could say it's an ABC or a WXY. We're putting in a Y leg now. I'm more in favor of an ABC in terms of time frame. And then here it's formed like a complex. This B wave. Impulse, corrective. Channeling up. Yeah, I would expect it to get right in here. Right in here. If this is gonna be an ABC, we'll end this corrective pattern going up today, and we won't see any higher moves beyond today. If it's gonna be a WXY, expect us to go sideways a little bit longer. Oh shit. Expect us to at least go to here. those hot spots right here. I'm definitely in favor of, especially for Bitcoin. Look at it. Simple. 0, 1, 2. Here's all of Y. Z. You bank on Z cleared this entire range and it closed over it. So you bank on OS clearing these highs. That's how the system works. So yeah, for Bitcoin it's an easier play. For Bitcoin this would be an easier play. You're just doing this. Because you already got the system checked via value range theory. And we do have an applicable and a very valid potentially structure here. ABC. Or WXY. With all the bullish news around, especially with all the bullish news in XRP, like I just really think we are due for more upside today than downside. I know it's buy rumor, sell news, but this was random news. When it just comes out like that, it wasn't random, but it was kind of out of the blue. When it's like that, you can expect the rally to be more reactive than predictive. What the hell was I doing? Oh yeah. Oh, that's green. Green. I color coordinate my shit for a reason, guys. If you don't color coordinate your drawings and stuff, then I don't know. That's me. You're just not taking it seriously. If you follow me around, you know all my golds are usually have to deal with the golden box. You know all my reds have to deal with the red zone. You know all my orange and purple line boxes have to deal with the dead cat zone. And then blue is that, you know that. And then for my trend lines, I try to keep it with my blues, my uptrends, and my yellows, my downtrends. But yeah, I don't expect this to go beyond. It closed above 4K, and we're bullish again. Managed to get up here, we're bullish again. But I don't think we will. Okay. Bitcoin's pretty easy. Nothing has changed for me for like the entire analysis, the big picture. It looks exactly how it should. Like it's reacting exactly how I expected it to react after yesterday. Yeah, all I'm saying is short the bounce. Don't be a silly willy. But they're still really high. These longs. So if we're gonna use so let's look at this. Look at this. Human emotion is everywhere in terms of charts and stuff. Basically everything you see is human emotion. It's just some are in the form of charts, like price action, some are in the form of oscillators and stuff. And it's your job to be able to extrapolate the data from that to be able to put together a trading thesis or idea. And if you fail to do that, then what's the point of you trading? So again, all these is again human emotion. So what says I cannot apply the wave theory in the same sense? Not in the sense of extensions and retractments, but in the sense of patterns and retracements. I know retractment and retracement are the same thing, but not by numerical value. I'm just talking by structural interpretation. Is the potential ABC here? Flat? Or WXY? I don't know. Look at it. This is A, B, C. Any diagonal. Huge impulse of A. Quicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Any diagonal. Possibility. And check this. This is A, B, C. Possibility, right? It's a possibility. Is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Possibility. A, B, C. Logical. 1, 2. Extended wave 3. Boom. Now check this. The thing I'm most peculiar about, I'm most intrigued about, and the reason why I started talking about this, and I wanted to show you this, is this. What the hell is this? I don't know why that's like that. I don't like this. Hold on. Better. So look at this. You remember my breakdown rules? Well, not all of them. Remember, they're not my rules, by the way. These rules were founded by Glenn Neely. So they're not my rules. Give respect where it's due. Always. Never take credit for someone else's work. Never. Because as soon as you do that, you dishumble yourself and you become a fucking douchebag. So check this. This is wave 5, right? We just cleared this entire move in about the same time, if not less time. And in my opinion, you could potentially say less complexity because look, you go here, a slight little bend there, right? And then it goes up again. This is more of a straight line. One could say that, right? So let's do something else. Where the hell are you? I saw this new tool. Where's that one cool tool? It's new. I saw it pop up somewhere. I'm trying to look for it. Cannot find it. Interesting. I swear I saw it the other day. Maybe we're tripping. Who cares? I don't need it. I want to do something real quick. I need to check where the low is. Remember, oscillators sometimes they show divergences opposite of price action. Yeah, look at that. So yeah, your low is here. So like I say, I liked it. One, two, three, four, gross 5. So we could take our low, this leg from there to there, and this leg from there to there, and thus 5 bars, 4 bars. And like I said, I did clear the low on both price and ours and this. The low of that move is right here. The low of this move right here is right here. And so the other move that broke it was what? My mouse died. 1 second. Mouse died. Mm-hmm. 3 bars. So that is 100% 2 checks we needed, right? So far. Less time, less complexity than this fucking thing. Even from this point, it's less complexity, but you should truly be pulling it from this low. But I just sometimes I like to be a little stingy with my pulls. I don't want to leave too much room for potential error. So all we need to do is some sort of consolidation flag pattern in this area, and an under tracement of the golden box, and it's a short setup. Man. But the reason why I wanted to show you this is because we have confluence across multiple charts. This to me is a chart. You could consider it an indicator, but to me it's more of a chart. Because these are the short contracts and these are the long contracts, and all this is are the contracts together. Via price. This is obviously via a numerical value between the ranges of 0 and 100, but it's the same. It's the same idea. Don't be oblivious to the fact. So DXY did not. Like I said, we had a potential to pivot up here and break up this high, but we didn't. This is why we probably got the bullish move, but we still haven't. We have not cleared any significant lows on this move here. We're officially at a 1-to-1. You can't really say this is 1, 2, 3, 4. That does not work. This is an A, B, C or some sort. Let's do a few things here. Just want to see where I could count this, or should count this from. Too far. Yeah, so I like this as. I still like this as a corrective structure. A, W, X, Y. Y could come in a lot of things. Y could be bullish or it could be very bearish. W, X, Y, bullish Y, like that. Let me show you the 3 moods of Y. You get your W, your X, and it all depends on how your X is. The deeper the retrace of X, obviously, the more bearish your Y is going to be. Right? And, what's the other? There's some other rules I need to jot down. I skimmed them over. I skimmed back over them yesterday, but I kind of forgot them. Via time. But, oop, brain fart. What the hell was it? Oh, yeah. So, just erase that because we don't start over. So if you get a deep retrace of X like we kind of have right here, you'd expect Y to create more of a sideways pattern and flag down here like this. Another common thing is it makes a triangle, a barrier triangle. And W, X, Y, short that, soon to get that. We got a pretty deep retrace here. And this in itself was pretty nasty itself as well. So you did clear these lows in less time and potentially less complexity. And so far we haven't retraced past the golden box. We actually rejected pretty heavily after that golden box. So this is looking bearish. We had divergence for him. He immediately goes attack that range. And you see, you look for RSI to get denied on price, and you look for RSI to get denied by the X point on both price and RSI, which is here. Here's the X point, right there. Got denied both of them. So all you have to do to confirm this bullish divergence as false is these lows get swept here. 0, 1, 2, X, Y. Is he gonna sweep these lows or not? And you want to go to the highest time frame that has that divergence present, because then that's how you gauge your time better. Because I know, you know how I always say 2 to 3 closes after your call. It's usually 1, 2, 3, and you're done. Well, you make sure you go to the highest time frame possible that has a divergence to count your time. So you saw here, after this divergence, we expect a test of that range within 2 candle closes. 1, 2, and we're already moving up there, and within 3, we tested that range, and we got denied. And now we're 1, 2, and on this third one, we should have our confirmation if we go up or down on this third candle. It should either break and clear these lows pretty soon, like now-ish, or this is gonna swing back up and break back up over this zone. It looks more bearish though. It does. It looks more bearish, for a fact. For a count, it's just atrocious counting out waves in this one right here. You want to count this as a leading diagonal, but you can't really count that as a leading diagonal because it doesn't have a clean 5-wave structure, so it's very difficult to gauge. It is potential that we created an expanded flat. Any break lower than 96.10 and we're officially bearish for the dollar. Yeah, I definitely like that for a lot of reasons. To break below that number, we're definitely bearish. Why? It's the only bullish count I could see that could lead us to breaking these lows and still going back up from this point. And this would be like this. This is A, B, C. In your ABCs, two of your legs like to be very equal. It's typically your A and C. Typically your A and C like to be very equal, and your B likes to be fucking either really long or just, or typically your B leg's long. Okay. Let me explain something too. I need to explain something that and get it over with because this is very important. When using Elliott wave analysis, time is less of an importance in Forex. What's more important in Forex is structure and extensions via the Fibonacci. In stock markets and crypto, that's not the case. Time is very important in the stock markets and the crypto. So what do I mean by that is in Forex, you can get an ABC with, let me tell you the mood of an ABC, first of all. Real quick. So typically, you like to have complex, simple. Well, let's break it down to the most common. Then you got I see that little off and it's killing me. Killing me. Oh well. And the least rare is your A-wave simple. And these are simple complex. Whoop, I got those. Whoop, 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 whoop. Actually, this one's the most rare right here. Your B-wave's hardly ever simple. Whoops. So in regards to time, you could already if you know anything about corrective patterns, you already know how your time analysis should work for an ABC when you're looking for an ABC, right? You're looking for them to be very similar, two of them in time, and one of them being kind of an oddball, being that simple one. Very rarely will you get one of them being really extrapolated in time and price, and then the two of them being really short. That's very rare. That's like very rare. And C is like very far like that. It's very rare. They tend to always kind of mimic each other, all of them. Obviously, your C will always tend to be more impulsive, but in terms of time, just memorize this. So like I said, it's very rare we get a simple move here, but it's possible It's possible. In my opinion, it's more like a WXY at this point. If we pivot here and move up, but if we break this low right here, this is definitely a complex, and we're gonna move up in a 5-way simple impulse. And none of them, we shouldn't get like a double extension or anything. We should just get a normal impulse where one of the legs is extended, and we should not get a double extension. And so what that means is that you won't get, you shouldn't get the 1.61 extension from the base low of this move if we do indeed form its ABC, which would be up here. You should not get beyond this point, or even to that point, if this is indeed true. Yeah, so DXY actually looks a little bit more bearish, like it should. It wants to drop out of this range right here and test this box. I might even draw magnets to see if it works a little bit better. Where are you? See what happens. I'm not convinced though, but although it does look like it should do that, because it's very rare that you get a very simple move in B. Very rare. Like it's the most rare of the ABCs is your B being simple. Usually your B's are really, really messed up one. That's why I say, if you can't count it, you're probably in a 4, and you're probably in a B. Moving on. Divergence. You didn't really break any significant points for gold, although you're holding this trend line by a freaking hair. Gold doesn't look too healthy. See how this goes. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C. Flat. I would expect it to at least come down here though. To kind of match these trend lines a little bit better. Something like this, maybe. Make it running flat. If gold cannot close underneath this zone right here on this next breakdown, I wouldn't short this. That's too much of a risk. If gold cannot break this low right here, I'm willing to say that this is a flat. Because I was really curious if this is gonna make a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hate doing 1, 2. Typically I like to go A, B, C rather than a 1, 2. But that extends beyond the accepted point of reasoning for a corrective pattern. How do you know this? How do I know this? It's like this. You take this box, you go to the high. So take it from the box, the low of this range that you're looking at. Just all you're trying to see that did we break out or not? That's all you're trying to signify. If your range exceeds this range right here, then it's not a corrective phase. So your corrections shouldn't go beyond this point like this. You see this one did. It went beyond. As soon as it got right there, that was your sign that, okay, this is not a corrective pattern. And it wasn't. You can see this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then an A, B, C. And then you move it up again. If you don't know what this is, if you don't know how to set this box up, real quick, it's the GAN box. Right here, GAN box. And all you do is you take off everything. You leave 0, 382, 0.5, 0.618, 1, and then you want your angles to be there. And I'll tell you why you want your angles later. And leave those, I'll leave those there for now so people can see, but you don't need those. I don't need those really. You can do a lot of things with this box, but I'm not going to go over it. I'll go over it in our separate video for my members. So you do the same thing here, right? And I guarantee you this is still corrective. Guarantee it. You can even take it from this low. Take it from this low. Well within that range. To me, you want to take it off this low though. That's better. That low's better in my opinion. Still within the acceptable range of correction. So when you correct, you expect it to stay from this high point. Not all. It doesn't always stay right here, but you expect it to stay within this range right here. Sometimes it gets lower, like we could add a little lower box. Right here. And that's essentially, if you take another fib tool, your basic fib tool. This is another form of retracement. See how my .236 is my 336 here, and my 0.5 on this is the 236 here. Look. So you could use this box if you can just memorize positions. And let's see if I can do this. What's this number down here? What would this number be for this box? It'd be like 115, right? Or 1182s. Oh, that's verticals. So that 1/6 is essentially like my golden box retrace. don't think I have on the top side. 0.25382, 0.5, 618, 16. So I'm going to save this. Retrace. I can't spell or something. I'm gonna call it box. Okay, so very curious to see what gold does over the next few days. Potentially be interested in a long position in that. Moving on to this. Very happy with this call, but I'm very disappointed in myself because I didn't take this call. I got bored watching it and kind of left it alone, and I didn't want to babysit a position because I was a little nervous about it, and so I just let this one slide. Very interesting here. I just don't know. Don't know about that one. It looks like it could potentially keep going up. It looks like I potentially could have got this count wrong, maybe. It's a pretty strong reaction. Right in that zone that we need. One second. I need to pause. Someone's calling me. 1 second. 1 second. Hello? Nothing much. Just going over some charts today. What are you doing? Just relaxing. You have a stiff neck? Oh, what happened? Just. Oh, no. Do you have like a heater on it? Like a heating pad on it or something? Do you have like a heating pad on it or anything? Oh, yeah. No, yeah. Oh, yeah, my mom told me that yesterday. Finally, she told me. Yeah, so I was probably gonna go over there tomorrow for sure. I'm 100% down for that. I was planning on that. I'm happy. I'm just happy. They finally told me. No, they never tell me. No, he said he didn't want to go get a headache. I know. I know, and I've been helping that shit too. So I don't like that shit. And I've been helping too. Oh yeah, I've paid for their rent a few times and all that stuff. I, I paid for Amari's car payment. I've, I've been paying for it. That's the last 4 payments for me. Yep. Well, no, I don't. But I can't just let if I didn't pay that car, the car would be repoed. So, you know, I had to pay it. You know, my sister needs that car, so I had to pay it. Yeah, I know. No, you will definitely see me on Wednesday, 100% for a fact. Because usually they tell me, like, she'll tell me, like, she'll call me like 10 minutes, like, hey, you're not gonna. I'm like, what? I'm in the middle of this. I can't just like, ah, shoot. Noon? Yeah, dark. Yeah. Yeah, that'll be cool. That'll be super cool, and I'll definitely be there though. For once. I hope you feel better. Okay, keep icing, not heat. Don't ice it. Keep heat on it and keep rubbing your neck. Okay. All right. I love you too, Nana. Tata, I love him too. I miss him. All right. Bye. All right. All right. Sorry about that. Someone just called me. Um, this is looking pretty bullish. Not gonna lie. We did get in a good position, so luckily we can get out. We can get out of this position with a decent. I mean, for me it was a decent profit. It wasn't horrible. Obviously, we were fishing for a bigger move, but we didn't get that. We did not get that. Now one has to ask, like, what is the? Damn. Okay, I can see it. I'm trying to 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. So yeah, I can see this being a flag or some sort. I wouldn't expect this to turn around right here though. It's just too soon. This actually could be an leading diagonal. A wave. And we just finished our B wave. I might actually take this short. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The only thing I don't like is that we didn't really clean this. Like usually, like I said, usually you want this to be cleared. Very curious though. Yeah, I love this song too. A, B, C. I'm honestly shorting anything that moves up from this point on New Zealand USD. To be honest, completely honest with you guys. This could be A, all this B, and I'll come up for C. I hope this happens so we can get a better position on a short. Check. I'm gonna place orders short for New Zealand USD. That'll definitely get filled. I have a feeling this will hit this gold zone. So, if this is indeed an impulsive leg going up, like a wave 1 or wave A, your typical retracement in your extended impulsive leg, if your wave 3 is your extended leg, which right here, our wave 3s are extended leg, goes 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Typical retracement range of your wave 2 after the completion of that move is within the 3-4 pocket of your subwave structure. 3-4 pocket is right here, with the hot spot being your X pivots down here. So what I'm saying is, if this is ABC, we should get there. That's a pretty decent setup right there, in my opinion. I'll take that. Place my stop somewhere like in the middle of that range. I wouldn't expect us to go over this golden box, like I said, and shoot for this yellow box. Then we'll see the reaction upon this. If we get to this reaction down there, if we get a pretty decent reaction down there, expect us to break out like this, and I'll be longing anything that breaks over this trend line right here. Like that. Wait for this to finish. A, B, C. Make sure it clears that. Make a consolidation pattern, and then shoot for higher. Right on cue. Right on cue. So let's go over to, I'm gonna open up my Forex shit. I'm gonna move my sell. I already have sells for this, but they never hit. I thought we were gonna go higher. We're already getting some good rejection, so I'm liking this. Although I'd rather us clear this high. This could also be a leading diagonal here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But no, it's not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C. Immediate rejection. If we get underneath these lows, I don't know if I was short because the structure's still bullish. Pretty unfortunate, but it's pretty unfortunate. That's not a good range to short from, in my opinion. It's not. It's just not. We were really hoping for this. Doesn't seem like we're gonna get that at all. I'll keep this in monitored, but I think we're gonna turn over, and I may be looking for a long if we can hold this range right here. We'll see how this goes. We'll get back to that one if it pops off in this time frame, but I don't think it will. This one played out a little too well for us. This one 100% played out for us. Shit. So, let's go. Excuse my drawings. I was just trying to show you. I was trying to show both the subwaves and the major wave. Here's the major wave, right? Here's the subwave, right? And then here's the subwaves of that subwave, the mono waves of that subwave. And here's the boundaries. The boundaries I was projecting for this. This one played out so well. So well. So we had people in our group shorting this at this point right here, and we closed out at the algo target range we always look for, right here. And then we said if we're gonna hold this gold box extension, we had a very logical and potential setup to go higher, and we did. So. And the big key with this too, look at this retracement. I think it hit the red zone. If I'm not mistaken, the red zone. Yep. Yeah, that was an algo as well. We had there, forgot. Right into the red zone. Look how well that red zone works for these flats. Right in the money. If you don't know what a red zone is, 886 and 0.935. That's what I use. 886 935. 886 935. So to me this looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're in some sort of pennant maybe. Like I said, if we got into this range and we created a flag, we're gonna want to long it. And the minimum you're aiming for is this right here. So the 101 followed by your dead cat zone, which has a really good hot spot right here. That's your hot spot. That is your. If I was gonna get 100% out of my position, this would be the target right there. But understand that you can't stretch up to the upper boundary of the dead cat zone. It all depends how we pivot. We can't just fly out here, but typically you at least need a 2/3 range. It's close. At least in there for this. Liking that. Look at that. That's huge right there. Retest that right here. Typically, RSI likes to proceed price. As long as we consolidate right here underneath this, I'm bullish on RUD CHF. So it's a pretty simple play in terms of where you place your stop. Not where to find on there. Simple. I wouldn't buy right now. I would wait for a little bit of a retracement if we get it, hopefully. So I charted this yesterday. In my opinion, this is a good long potential because either one of it's a W, X, and a Y. That doesn't make sense. So let's start from here. A. That's crazy. I just studied this yesterday night, and I finally see one. I didn't think they were real. Non-bearing triangles. What happens is that 5 turns into a bearing triangle in itself. Yep, literally what happened. So sometimes if you get a really extended leg, your wave 5 actually turn into a non-bearing triangle, and they're extremely rare. And they have a very, very, very strict rules in order to determine its bearing triangle. The first one is that you have to have an overextension in wave 3 over 2 of 1. So let's just judge it real quick. We barely got the overextension, just barely passed that 1.61 extension, but we still got the extension. That's the point. And what has to happen in that bearing triangle is just like this: A, B, C, D. Oh. They're very rare. And if you're like, what the hell are you talking about? There's an expanding, which is even more rare. If you go read Neo Wave, and then you could. The clue to this was the fact that upon completion of this, you didn't retrace this entire. Really? That's unfortunate. Well, we can look at NZD-CAD, which is exactly the opposite. So it'll be the same thing. But let me tell you what was the clue to this. Upon the completion of this, you didn't retrace this entire move. Or you didn't even come close to that golden box. Since you didn't come close to that golden box, you knew it was done. And then you knew since you didn't clear this low, we're in some sort of correction pattern, and then you went up to this high, and you still didn't clear that high, and then you're like, okay, what the hell? Now what the hell's going on? At this point, though, you should get some nasty hidden divergences somewhere, and it should really tell you, okay, we're coming down one more time, and you did right here. And you should form a triangle, which you did at the apex of your break. And then the key telltale sign that this trend was over was the fact that at the completion of this leg right here, this E leg, it was totally erased, like immediately, 100%, like immediately gone, erased. This retracement was probably less than a 0.6. Look, let's make sure my rules aren't fucking lying. Look at that. Retraced at 0.618, closed above it, took off. A, B, C, A, B, C, X, A, B, C, W, X, Y. X is of two lesser degrees. This is within at least, it's not quite there yet, although it is hitting this. You'd want to go a little bit more sideways. So I can't see this going, it's fluttering. See how this kind of made this weird shit happen? I can see the same thing happening again. Right here. To get us to the point where we need to in terms of time to really solidify this count. But I'm thinking CAD, NZD, or whatever the hell it is gonna be. Yep. So let's go look at the NZD CAD, see if it looks any different. It should look the same though, but it's upside down. Yeah, exactly the same. This is in fact an A, B, C. Simple, complex, complex. The reason why it's complex is because it's an extended leg. It was extended beyond what a wave A was. And that's why it's complex. Simple, complex, complex. Let's look at time frames. Just want to test something. Like I said, these two should be similar. Kind of. They're slightly out of that 1/3 range. Not bad. Hits the 1.618 extension of this B. Turn of time. Yeah, to me this looks like a W, X, Y. Yeah. So I'm shorting this. I would really want it to clear this high. Take a wick over it. can wick up here. If we can wick up here, you could try to enter. You could risk your biscuits entering up here. Because we're alleyway traders and we know what to look for. And then your confirmation will be a break back underneath this. Your real confirmation will be a break and close underneath that pivot right there. Right there. Yes, my boy, my guy, I love it. I love it. Oh my God, I love it. You gotta tell me what you did now. I want. I'm all about showing and telling. I'm not just about telling. You gotta show me. I'm all about legitimacy. That's cool though. That's dope as fuck. So, upon this analysis, let's also take the low from here, take it to this high. The reason why I like this as the ending move too, right here, A, is because see this last leg of this move right here, like this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And this is a running flat, A, B, C. This was last leg was totally erased by this move in one leg, and then B, and then C. This move totally erases this final move. And so far we haven't retraced over that golden box, so this is all looking very good for a confluent short. I've already hit this range twice, so we gotta be careful too, because we've tapped this range twice, so liquidity could be a little dry. And what that means is, if price could even just dare to go up here, it could just like flip it real quick. It just like whoop, like that, and close above it, and then take off. That's where you gotta be mindful. Is there any other account I could see that could really freak us? Yes. And there's this WXY, possibly. This to me looks like a 5-wave impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But in the sense of a pattern, this works. 3-wave, X, and then a 3-wave. Time frame is going to be vital here, though. You can go from either one, honestly. That's very subjective there, to be honest. It very is. Look at that. Right on the money, 1-to-1. So that works very well for WXY. That's probably why a lot of longs went long right here. That's why you got a good reaction at this point, because hit that time algo target. Let's see if we hit an algo target on extensions. Hit a 0.5, but we want to go off that high right there. It's probably hit that golden box, right? Boom! Boom! Hit that golden box. So this works very well for WXY. But what I don't like is how far this was an impulse. This came pretty steep. Pretty steep. Pretty steep. A little too steep for my liking. This was like a, I don't know. The high it cleared right there, I can't tell. I can't tell. Well, 91187. 91186. So this was the high. So yeah, A, B, C, X, and the W, X, Y. Yeah, that's too deep of a retracement for that's the 5 of impulse here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's clean. You have to consider that A, B, C, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice, bro. That's beautiful. Nice. Love it, man. Yeah. Now this retracement's already too steep for me to consider it a breakdown. Look at that, over it. So if we can stay over this range right here. Whoops, what the hell? If we can stay over this range right here. Then this is gonna go up. So this right here, and we're gonna short the shit out of this and hope we are right. Not hope. We have all the indications to say that we have a very potential good setup here, so I like this. Watch it. The target would be pretty low, to be honest with you. Now that we got our setup, let's go for targets. We got an entry, gotta find an exit, right? Gotta find an exit. Gotta find an exit. 92511. I'm just making sure that's not the high. 92512. 92520. Oh, so that's, yeah, it's the high. Dang, perfect algo bounce off the dead cat. Not perfect, but damn near it. You would target this 0.5. With hopes and prayers that you get to the golden box, but it's pretty steep. And there's some good confluence across this support right here. Yeah, I don't think we'll go. I don't think we'll come below this point. Don't think so. Last check for a target is this. Oh man, that is looking really good now. Boom. If you are gonna go to that dead cat zone, I mean the gold zone, you're gonna end here. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. So your first target is a low here. Close out a portion. But your final target is down here. Not final, but here's your 3 targets. That's approximate stop. Yep, definitely see that for a fact. So yep, this is definitely what I see for a fact. Fucking dickheads. Boom, 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 boom. NZD. I'm not sure about this one, but for a fact. So this actually hit the perfect algo for a WXYXZ. So initially I just thought it was like a W. I meant, my fault. This can be a WXYXZ. The reason why is because the time frame works very well. And in your X-waves, if one's a zigzag, you're guaranteed that your other one's not going to be a zigzag. That's just how it is. Guaranteed. I read that just recently too. Guaranteed. If one X is a flat, your other one's guaranteed not to be a flat. If one's a, well, if one's a like a running flat, one's it's guaranteed not to be a running flat. They're guaranteed not to match, basically. The only thing that matches is the time frame. It's within 1/3 range, which is this range again. So if this was a WXY, if this was a WXYXZ, what kind of correction this made? It made, in my opinion, it's a W, an X, and a Y. And remember how we went over that sometimes your Y is flagged, right? And a flagged, right? W, X, and a flagged. Correct? So there's a possibility that USD GPY moves up from here. The other proposition, or the other idea, is that this is still W. This is all W, and we're in X still, or WXY. What will distinguish this, and how will we know? Time again. It's time. It's all this is time. So in order for this to be a corrective X wave of this move, this W move, in order to be an X wave of this move, it has to stay within this time frame, but you can also go to this. This is your hot spot right here, and this one right here, and this entire range from here to here is your X point, X leg time frame of your W move, or your Y move, or whatever move of your corresponding sister leg. So this literally hit perfectly for a time frame where you need to turn around. Look, literally to the tick, right? To the tick. So this could have potentially completed either WXYXZ or also a WXY. I mean a W, and we're just putting an X and we're coming up for Y now. So I'm not really interested in shorting USD GPY anymore. Now with all these findings and structure possibilities. Yes, it is possible that we form a discussing X wave where this is a move, that's the move, this is a move. Where it's an A, a B, a C makes an X, and then another A, B, C. This is a flat. This is a zigzag. This is the only setup I see for a bearish setup, but I don't really like it because the time frames are looking very bullish. It's looking very bullish, and there's only, out of the 3 scenarios, 1 of them's bearish and 3 of them are bullish. I mean 2 of them are bullish. So I wouldn't want to short this. Yeah, I just wouldn't want to short this. And what you should do now is draw your trend line. In theory, this should go to the top side of this. So yeah, I do like this. It's more bullish for a fact than bearish. For a fact. So I wouldn't be liking to short that. But I'm interested in potentially longing this if we could clear this range right here and close above it. I guess I should draw. Stupid. Too many. Yes, this looks like it could definitely pull some new it's over the range, you know. I guarantee a lot of people are trying to short that. Now we got some people who are in some bad positions short. It's definitely a possibility we go high. I'm gonna depict the possible. We have to stay sideways like this. We have to consolidate for a little bit. I'm not interested in anything that's not consolidating for a little bit on this chart. Let's do one last check. Barely. Oh God, so close. I thought it was gonna be like an ABC, more of an ABC or something like that. But it works at a WX, Y, Z still. Okay, I'll get this over to us. Well, then we'll. What about USD CAD chart? What the hell is it? Is it? It's not the chart I wanted. Where the hell was it? It's right here. What chart was it? I literally can't remember what chart was it. Because I have this chart right here. Where is it? Maybe this one? Very interesting. Because that's not also not my chart. That's very upsetting. I don't know where my chart went. Maybe if I just do this. I swear, I don't have it in the right spot then. I must not. Cause I did it. I swear I did a chart for it just recently. Why does this look so much different? Look at this. Interesting. Forex.com. USHBY. And that just says FX. Very interesting. It's funny. I don't know where that chart went. That's dumb. No, I'm just curious. I'm wondering where it went. Oh, well, I'll draw it up real quick. Again. So Damn, that chart played out so well though. Holy shit. I'm gonna post that for some quote. So here's that chart. Oh, wrong one. Shit. Try to draw this up real quick. I can't really remember what I did in regards to extensions and stuff. There's that. I had the dead cat box there. Not for that. That's not the dead cat box. That's a different extension. I pulled somewhere else. Don't remember where I pulled that extension from, which is pretty frustrating. It's important. It's obviously not this, because that range will be so big. Yeah. It's gonna be within this. All we're doing that. Okay, now I understand. Now I know what I did. It's from this pull to this pull to this pull. Haha. There it is. Sorry, it's just very important we get the right fib pulls, because if you don't, you're just asking to get screwed. Sorry, it took me a little bit. You dick. So that was this was my algo tracement target right here for this ABC. You might wonder, like, you might ask yourself, how do you know which targets to go for? Because there's a lot. Your flats really like this target down here. Expanded flats, every flat, all your flats like this. This is your favorite flat target right here. On a very extended move, which like this was, like I saw this as a right? And so I'm looking for the closest algos in confluence with other algos in the smaller structure from this pivot point. Because this is already very extended and we have divergences on a lot of time frames. And so what I did, I drew it from here. Was it here? Always doing that. Take it from there to that low, and that high right here. Hit the 2 to 2 algo target range in there, and then this one as well. Hit that 2.618 extension, right? Or the this dead cat extension. So there's a lot of confluence in that little zone right here. There's a lot of confluence in that zone. This could be an A, B, C. It could be a W, X, Y. To me, this looks like it's definitely putting in a pennant. So, and this definitely needs time to go. So yeah, this is more of a long for sure. You gotta be careful with it, to be honest, you do. Okay, this is a WXY, this is a zigzag. This got up to yeah, I expect to at least just touch this, even if it's, yeah, if it's even a, because if it's supposed to be a flat, like I said, your WXY is supposed to alternate in their structure, kind of. This is a zigzag, so I'm expecting a flat if it is a WXY, so this could get up here, like this, and like this, WXY. Or this could just form a small flat like this. But regardless, I think I'm going to be wanting to short that move and this move, if we get him. Not necessarily this one, because we're in a pennant, and it's kind of dumb to be shorting a pennant. So if this moves up, I'll be looking to short. Back down. Anything else? What else is there? Yeah, I just, that's risky right there. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see here. Let me see here. What number was that? 131878. What's the number? 1318. Yeah, my fault about that entry. I got there quick. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm gonna dive into it a little bit more so we can be sure about that. Yeah, like this is I definitely think it's gonna go up for sure. For sure, for sure. I think this is gonna go up for sure, for sure. You gotta, if anything, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, W, X, Y. Making that flagging thing I'm talking about. Yeah, my fault for that entry. Let's see where this can get to though. Luckily, we're still pretty. We're like right in that range. So we're not like it's not a bad. Nothing. It's not like a significant L or anything like that. That's what I expect for this. I don't know. This should go more sideways in my opinion, but this has completed enough of a correction to move up. So that's why I'm just like, be cautious with that for sure. Yep. Within 1/3 range, right there. Has enough time to move up. Yeah, I don't think this will come down very much though. If it's W, X, Y, X. For anything, we'll do that. We'll just test this little low right here, but I'm guessing this is gonna hold right here, in my opinion. Because it's gonna be W, X, Y, and we put an X, drop down to get more liquidity on here, and then move up. But for you, I'll just put a stop right above here, just above this high. Because if it moves, it's gonna move. In my opinion, if it moves beyond this point, it should move pretty drastically. If you're trying to get out without a loss, if you don't care about a loss, take it now. Fuck it, because then that'll be more of a loss, you know. But if you don't care about a loss right there, and you want to potentially get out with a small win, this is where you want to get out, right there. Yeah, I would have got out myself. There's no way I'm holding that. It's too risky. That looks like an ascending triangle pennant, you know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It should have been a tiny, tiny loss. That was a pretty good entry point. And I'd rather you be safe than sorry. Alright, guys. I'm basically done here. I think we're done. I don't think we have anything else to cover. I think we're done here. Unless you have anything for me that you want me to cover in particular, I think I'm done here. I don't have anything else to cover. I don't know what the hell I was looking at this chart for. Euro NZD looks like trash. I'm not gonna lie. No, it doesn't. Actually, it's pretty good. I lied. Yeah, I looks like it's gonna move. For real. I looks like it's gonna move. For real. It does. It does. It does. I think I'm more interested in this one right here. I'm really confident. I'm really confident in this count right here. So I'm really eyeing this one right here. This is my golden baby for this month, for this week right here. That and this one right here, potentially. Whoops. This long when it gets up there. Yeah, so I'm interested in this. I'm gonna watch this reaction too. I'm interested in these two for sure. And we'll see how this forms. Alright, guys. Oh, shit, that hurt my ear like a motherfucker. Basically done, so I'm gonna turn up these tunes. Be cautious if you're long, that's all I'm saying. We'll see. The only way I'm longing is if I get in this zone for Ethereum, alright? Okay, guys. That is all I have. I am done. We have our setup so we can go into for the week, or next 2 days, whatever. We got an understanding of what can happen in Bitcoin and Ethereum. So, we're good. It's been a pleasure, you guys. Catch me on Bet. I'm glad as long as we keep those wins in and keep those losses minimal, we're gonna be good. We are getting really good at keeping those losses minimal. Now we just need to perfect letting those winners ride. If we can perfect that, I think we're gonna be very happy come a year or so. Like really happy. Life-changing happy. Okay, guys. Catch me on tonight if anything crazy happens. For my members, I'll be on tonight, like I said. And then everybody else publicly, catch me tomorrow, possibly. Around the same time, hopefully a little bit earlier. I was a little late today because I had to get some things done in my personal life. But everything's taken care of. So, yeah, just catch me tomorrow. This is your boy, Satoshi motherfucking heavy, signing the F out, and I hope all you guys have a blessed and great rest of your day or night or morning, whatever it is, alright? Catch me on again tomorrow. Members, I got you covered. Don't worry, don't fret, don't stress. I'm here. This is Heavy, signing out. Later, people. Much love.